Hello, good evening, and welcome to the doghouse. Tonight we are going to be Battersea Dog's House. Chief Barker. No, seriously, good evening and welcome to Fermanagh Modelling EC. I'm Steph, I'm going to be running tonight. We have got Captain Pugwash, who can wave. Just quickly wave, Rob. Rob, wave, say hello.
Right,
Julian.
I'm here now, sorry. Bloody dog barks at the Ring doorbell advert.
Right, cool. We've got Julian.
Woof, woof.
Mark. And Gary. Oh, bless. Let me just pat him on the head. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Go on. Give us a woof woof.
Bulldog chewing a wasp.
Yeah, bulldog licking off a nettle.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, so, right, if we quickly go round, we're going to go Gary first because he's got to pop off in a minute. So, what have you got on your bench at the moment, Gary?
I have this little boy.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Nice.
Hope to have it finished later on this evening.
Cool.
That canvas cover looks stunning.
It does. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. We bit of dry brushing with buff. Just brought it up like that there. I wouldn't recommend this kit for a beginner. There's a lot of fit issues with it.
Right.
The canvas.
Not only the canvas, the whole body itself didn't line up right. There's a lot of cutting, filing and sanding to make it go into some sort of shape, but I was up for the challenge and it came out very well. I'm very happy with it.
Cool. So
Well
which parts had the fit issues then, Gary?
This side here,
Yeah.
the driver's side was the worst.
Okay. In what way?
This was, unless it is because it's an old moulding or what, or it's just little areas moulding and there's wild bad warpage on it, like bent. So you sort of had to force it in with a bit of super glue to put it on. And the front side of it, the wings was another fit issue in it. There's a big seam line in it and about that much there of a gap that had to be filled and sanded, but it came out pretty well.
Cool. So the canvas roof, did it come as different parts or was it one bit?
One bit.
Could have been. Do you know what year the moulding was?
No, I don't know what year the moulding was, Steph, because I don't have the instructions anymore.
Yeah, it could be just that it's warped over time.
Yeah, but apart from that, they just went reasonably well together.
Cool. Thank you very much. You enjoy your session. Who do you want to go to next?
Go to Mark.
Smile.
Evening, all.
Evening, Mark.
Evening, Mark.
Let me guess what's on your bench. A python.
No. It's as usual the Typhoon.
Ah, cool.
Great.
Okay. Mark's. Give me a sec. There you go. Mark's back again.
Sorry about that. The engine is all complete. The radiator, oil cooler, whatever it is, that big chunk there, that's all done. Yep. And now, as you can see, it's all starting to get structural. So the two wing spars are fitted and glued. Now starting with the various other spars, your main spars, your ribs, gun carriages, guns, ammo cans.
Those all been made.
Yes.
Are there many extrusion marks?
Not so much extrusion marks, just pin marks. That's all.
Yeah.
But they're going to be hidden anyway because the part of the ribs are in two halves anyway. So
right,
the two halves will be facing each other. The only ones that there isn't where they even so they may or may not be visible yet is just on the barrel surround.
Yeah.
But other than that, should be starting to come along great guns now.
Cool.
So I shall be cutting, filing, sanding, and gluing.
Woohoo!
I've finished all my spraying. Well, for this bit anyway.
So it's not like the 124th Mosley that was covered in extrusion marks.
Oh, was it?
Every single internal surface had extrusion marks on it.
I found one of the I think it was, what was the first one they did where the box art was of the Amiens raid, Operation Jericho.
Yes.
I saw one on Fleabay last night and was I tempted.
Yeah, it's nice. There's
220 quid though.
There was some horrid fits to it, and the extrusion marks, the pin marks, they weren't raised.
Yeah, recessed slightly.
They were slightly recessed.
They are on this.
I spent most of my time, and I think I used a whole bottle of sprue glue on it.
Jeez.
A whole lot.
Ow.
That was lucky. Yeah, I used a whole bottle of sprue glue on it, just daubing it in there and sanding it. I spent more time sanding that than I did actually building it.
Yeah.
Right, so who should we go to next then?
Julien.
Julien.
Bonjour,
monsieur, ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
C'est bon.
Tripod. Nightmare.
Right. Bon.
I am continuing with the Battle of Britain Ready for Battle set, including the Hurricane MWD and the refueler. This is the MWD so far.
What is it, for 148?
Yeah.
Cool.
You also get, I think, 8 figures with it, ground crew and pilot and such.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how I got to so far. I'm just trying to forget which left and right now.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? It's like, oh, which way am I going? That's looking really good, mate.
Yeah. There's a nice leather paint I got with the Iron Maiden Spitfire, which I use for most of the leather seats I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's left it a bad paint job, but I call it weathering. It's a good excuse, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've all used those excuses before. So what else is going to go with that?
Well, as I say, there's a 3-point refueler. There's a Mark 1 Hurricane, and then you have to put the pilot and such wherever you find. I have to find something to use as a base.
So what are you thinking of using as a base?
Don't know yet, mate. Never done a diorama before.
Okay, can I make a suggestion?
You may, yes, of course.
One of two things. First one is, the deep picture frames you can get from Hobbycraft.
Right.
They go up quite a decent size.
Yeah.
Or if you go to somewhere like B&Q Wicks or somewhere like that and get some extruded foam, some balsa wood, and wrap the balsa wood around it.
All right. Okay.
I would probably suggest going through with the extruded foam.
Yeah.
Because when you put the grass on, if you're going to use a grass applicator, one of those static grass applicators, they work a lot better through extruded foam or EVA foam.
All right,
Going through wood, they're a nightmare because you don't get the charge through it.
All right. Okay.
So That would be my suggestion.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. If you need a bit of advice about applicator, there is a way to make your own.
Okay.
Pointing in the right direction for that one.
Okay. I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but I'll look into that.
Yeah. EVA would be your best bet then, or extruded foam.
All right. Thanks.
Cool. Not a problem. Anything else you want to add?
I'm just going to fumble around like I normally do. Dropping parts and try not to swear.
Did you find your clutch?
No. It's an automatic now then, so.
Cool. Right, let's go to Captain Pugwash. Hello.
Right. Sorry about the dog. Hello. Yeah, we've got a ringing doorbell, by the way, before I start. And when the advert goes off, because I turned the bell off so he doesn't bark, and the advert went off, bang, the dog starts. Crazy. Anyway,
did you let the dog
out? Sorry?
Did you let the dog out?
Yeah.
Now we know who let the dog out.
Yep.
Yeah. No, got two, so we let the dogs out. So anyway. Right. I've also got a Airfix MWD, but that's the only thing. Me and Julian have been looking for the whole set for ages. I found the truck I wanted, and as soon as I bought that, he found the whole set. So I don't know. I might do the army version and just go and buy the whole RAF set and get the Hurricane and the bags or whatever it is with it.
Yeah.
But that's the one.
What scale? Same scale?
148. Yeah. Very hard to find. Very nice, but what I'm finding with Airfix kits is where the parts join to the sprue, they always seem to put it in some really awkward place. You probably can't see on that. On those wheel arches, there's two raised rivets either side, and one of the rivets is joined to the sprue. So when you cut it off, you don't know. And then when you go to painting, you think, oh, we're supposed to have two rivets there. So I'm probably just going to drop a bit of PVA or something just to represent the little rounded rivet.
Yeah.
I'm that bothered. You can see it on the box. Bit naughty though, isn't it, doing that?
Just a bit. But then a dob of putty, and then just pile it back.
Yeah. It's very small. Yeah. Very, very small. I've started this because I want it to go with my Edward Mark 9 Spitfire, just to add to the base.
Yeah.
I've nearly finished my Sherman, I'll show you, but I'm waiting for some of that foam stuff so I can use the cobbling roller on it.
Yeah.
But I've actually done some figures.
Oh, get you.
So I got one in the front right, the little gunner, he's smoking a cigarette. The other one's standing there, sitting there all big used, the driver.
Yeah.
They're not fixed yet, so they're a bit wonky. And you've got the commanders on the radio. You've got the bloke next to him, who could be the armourer, if you like, whatever they're called, loader. Yeah. He's looking at the map, and he's on the back going with a pair of binoculars. And I'm going to call it Lost in France. They all look a bit lost.
Nice.
And that's where it's going to be. Yeah, so I'll be doing, I'm waiting for that foam for me RAF truck, but at the same time, I'm also waiting for the foam, because I've took your advice on that, to put the static grass on for this one.
Yeah, what have you gone for, the EVA foam or the extruded foam?
I got it from a model shop to make sure it was the right stuff. It might have been, it's 3 mil. I don't know if that's too thin. Because it's 3 or 5, and I thought 5 was thick. Element Games was one place I saw it, and the other one was Green Stuff. That's where I got it from.
Right. When you're getting foam like that, don't buy it from model suppliers.
Right. I just heard
they
that.
Charge you a fortune for it. You've probably got one sheet for the price I paid for 5.
So you use an insulation?
No, I'm using This stuff. Give me a second. Let me just
I can see it.
chuck me in, and
Yeah.
and I'll go to my top cam.
Yeah.
No, that's not my top cam. That's my front cam.
How many you got? 3.
Oh, great, marvelous. I've lost my top cam. Add. Okay, so
That's a night cam.
Oh, good Lord. Add an existing. Okay. Well, I'll sort that out in a minute. Let's restart it.
There's no camera staff.
Yeah. Anyway, from my top one, you see this. Watch what happens when I press it.
Yes. So
When you
that's what you can roll the stuff in. Yeah.
Yeah. That will just crush.
Do you seal that and the one I've bought when you've rolled like the cobbles in?
Once I've rolled it, I seal it
With
PVA.
what, watered down PVA?
No.
No.
PVA.
Right.
Don't water it down. Just slap a shed load of PVA on.
Right. Because I was wondering whether the paint was going to sink into the foam, you see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. The Spitfire, which is the Edward one there.
Yeah.
That has got an electric motor in it.
Okay. Cool.
So again, I want a base for it, but I've just watched Steam Geezer, and he says just get yourself a little plinth and build a box underneath it to hide all your electrics. So, but I was now thinking, do I get that refueling lorry and feed the electrics into that, and then fuel the Spitfire with the hose? Don't know.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, might work.
Yeah, should do.
So that's the plan. But I'm not scared of figures anymore. They're quite good. They can't really get them in focus. I'm going to definitely get a better camera. But yeah, they are. I mean, for 156, they're really good. I don't mean I've painted them really good. I'm not being big-headed. They're really good from Rubicon.
Yeah.
Quite detailed.
Cool.
But yeah. So yeah, it's all right. The only thing with that tank, the sad sack sign on it actually means something in the Second World War, and it's supposed to have a K on the end, and whoever printed the decals just put an exclamation mark instead of the K. But who cares?
Yep. Right.
Okay.
So there we go. I've finally got my camera sorted. So before I go to what I've got on, quick comment from Malcolm Childs. Good evening, boys. Plugged in and listening. Good evening, Malcolm.
Evening, Malcolm.
Right. Just wait for Rob to finish in about.
Oh, sorry. I'll mute it in a minute. I'll mute myself.
I'm going to be cracking on with my JU88. That's my engine so far. Nice bit of PE on it. Yeah,
two of them to do, obviously.
Second one's there.
Nice.
There's 3 pieces together, and I've just got to crack on with that and do that.
Is that for another group build? Is it?
No. This is just one that's there that I thought, oh, I'm going to give this little tinker a go.
Yeah, because I'm doing a Hornies ME410 for another group build.
All right, nice.
Revel Love Waff it's called, the group.
Okay, cool.
Anything Luftwaffe.
Yeah.
By Revel.
All right. This is the ICM one.
Oh right, okay. So good stuff then.
Yeah. Well, it's got really weird plastic. The plastic is very flat.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like most models have got a shiny plastic.
Yeah.
This is very flat. The plastic is very, very flat.
Is that good or bad?
It's quite good because it.
Is it because you don't need to wash it? Would that be the reason?
No, it's a finish on the plastic. Let's see if I've got something I can compare it with. There you go. Right, there's the seat from a 132nd Tornado by Revel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See how shiny that is?
Yeah.
And then look at the difference. That is just flat.
Yeah.
There's no reflection from the light when I turn it towards the light.
Yeah.
And it feels, it's got a really nice texture, very tactile.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one is just slip.
Uh-huh. Are all I wonder if all the ICM are like that, because I've got a few. I've had a few, in fact.
Well, we'll ask Gary when he gets his Chernobyl one.
Yeah,
that's
well,
live.
This is the cockpit for the rear cockpit, I think, for the Hornice.
Give me a sec. Let's have a other way.
Hang on, a bit bright, yeah. That's the rear cockpit. No, wrong way.
Yeah. Do you want to take it back a little bit?
There's a lot in that.
Yeah. The looks it. What's that from? Is that Revel?
Yeah, Revel 148 Hornice.
Cool.
ME410 Fast Fighter or something, I think it was called. Night Fighter mainly, I think.
I thought that would. No, that's the Comet's the 163, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hornice or Hornet was the one that had the gun blisters on the fuselage.
Underneath on it, yeah.
Right, a couple more comments I'm going to read. Good work, Rob. Proof you've just got to give it a go and not be afraid of making mistakes to learn. Looks like you've cracked figures. Yep, well done, Rob. And Malcolm says, how's the SPAD, Steph? Well, if you pop along to my channel, Malcolm, and have a look, once this show's finished, obviously, you will see the cock-ups I've made. There's a couple, but they're rectified, especially when I dropped it and knocked the top wing off.
No.
That would make put a damper on it, wouldn't it?
It was actually a blessing in disguise. The outer braces were being absolute sods and they wouldn't sit straight. They were bowing. So it gave me the opportunity to rectify those. So they're now fixed.
Yeah.
And it's the actual top wing actually sits better.
Oh, okay.
Is that because they were bowing wings?
Oh, he's here all week.
Where's the drum?
I was waiting for someone else to jump in, but it didn't happen.
I've just realised why I can't see properly. I haven't got my eyes on.
Glasses?
No, I've got my glasses on, I just don't have me. View, I can't optic visor, that's it. Is Optivisor a trade name, isn't it?
Not sure.
Not a Scooby-Doo.
I got mine from Woolworths, so they're like antiques.
Blimey.
So what have people been up to today, Julian?
So just household stuff, really. Tidying up.
Yeah.
Yeah, tidying up after bloody dogs.
Mark?
Work.
Is that it?
Yep. There's work. Nothing more to say, really.
Well, what have you done when you came home? Because you finish quite early, don't you, compared to most people?
I finished today at 2 o'clock-ish. I clocked out just after, maybe.
Yeah.
Got home, got me orders. Didn't even have a chance to sit down, have a cup of tea, or fart.
I'm sure you'd done that earlier, wouldn't you?
Got home, started prepping for tea. That's all.
Yeah.
Had a bath, came upstairs about 5:30, put my music on, got my spraying done, so I didn't disturb anyone here, and sat down and mellowed.
Cool. Nice. What about you, Rob?
Web pages, web design pages for work, designed a few draft forms for them to look at, did a marketing brief, which they've taken on for 12 grand a month, which shocked the hell out of me, and paid the fencer £1,000, which was, like, you know, you did a good job, but it's like you're paying for something you don't want. Do you know what I mean? It's not like paying for a model or a computer thing. Oh, £1,000. But there you go. And that's it.
To paint a fence?
No, not paint fence, to actually fit all the concrete posts in and stuff like that. So
Right. Okay.
And tree roots and everything. Oh, mate, terrible.
Well, thanks for asking. What I did.
Oh, I thought you had one more person to go. I thought we'd miss someone out.
No, Gary's being very quiet at the moment.
He's on mute. Sorry. What did you do, Steph?
I don't know. I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Oh, I was waiting for Gary, but he's on
He's
mute.
going to go in a huff now, is he?
No, he's all right. He's probably.
I finished off the video for my YouTube channel.
What, the SPAD?
Yeah.
Did it show crashing, did it? No?
I don't know how you. Oh.
No, I'm not doing a crash on that one.
Respect for coming back from that, because I think I'd have cried if I'd have dropped mine.
These things happen.
Yeah,
you just deal with it and crack on. It was more along the lines of, oh, good God, you are joking me. What with everything else, there's been a pain in the backside on it. It's like it's just one more thing.
Yeah. Still.
Don't get me wrong, it's a fun build.
I think biplanes still scare me a bit, to be honest, with the rigging and all the blooming spars.
Yeah, well, this is my first one.
Yeah, right. So it's trial and error, really.
Yeah. Again, Rob.
I said that'd be worth watching them for the rigging, because that's going to be a difficult one. Because there's loads of ways to approach that, isn't there? Super glue, drilling a hole, super glue, all sorts.
Well, I've used super glue and use really fine fishing line.
Okay.
The fine fishing line looks more in scale.
Yeah.
But if you have a look, I've done the rigging on the undercarriage, and that just it looks a bit too large. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to redo that and use the really fine fishing line.
Yeah.
There's also,
I like the way you video, and that's sorry.
Say again, Rob.
I like the way you're videoing it because it's. I like Steam Geyser stuff because it's very clear, but the angle you've got it is also very clear and very large area. You can see what you're doing. Does that make sense? Even with your hands there.
Oh right, okay, cool.
Which you don't get on a lot of sites.
Yeah, a lot of them are really, really up close and tight.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just decided not to do it that way. I can't remember why.
It's a bit of a con though, because your desk isn't that clean.
Yep. And the thing is, though, what I've decided to do also is every mistake I have made, I've put in the video.
Okay.
Well, it helps people that way, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's like, well, look, I'm making YouTube videos, but look, I don't claim to be this perfect person who can make a perfect model every time. I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And you see people, now, yeah, these guys are good, like Plasmo, Scalaton, Mr. Nightshift. They are very, very good modelers. But they make mistakes. They hardly show their mistakes, which is unfair to people because people are looking at it and going, well, if he can do it, why can't I make a model without making a mistake?
Yeah.
Your bottom dollar, they make some huge mistakes. It's just that I highlight my mistakes and say, look, mistake made. This is what I did. Look at the muppet I am. It's like one of the mistakes I made doing a deckling on the spad was I forgot to gloss coat the wheels.
Okay.
So when I put the decals on and put my decal solution on, because it's 20% thinners, 80% distilled water, it started to bring the paint away, but it didn't affect clear coat. So yeah, too bad. Just going to read a couple of messages, comments. Dave McElhinney. Hi guys, good to see you all. I haven't been about for a while. Yep, good to see you back on, Davey. Hope you're doing well. Malcolm's affixing the top wing of a biplane is character building. Oh, tell me about it, Malcolm. And apparently Malcolm makes the mistake of opening the box.
That's why I haven't got a biplane and opened the box yet.
Certain mistakes you make though, like I've lost that rivet. If I didn't bother putting that back on, nobody would ever know.
Yeah, but
I don't, yeah, and it annoys you, doesn't it? But I don't think anybody that I've spoken to on here has ever made something without something that they know they're not happy with somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But I do not own one model that I have not made an error on.
Just the difference whether it bothers you or not.
Yeah.
Whether you're building for yourself or building for somebody else.
It bothers me that I've made the error.
Yeah.
And I always rectify it, but I don't have a model that has gone together and I have built perfectly. If I ever do, that'll get framed and put on the wall.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I think that Dutch Sea Fury is about the closest I've done so far to say the best one. I won't say perfect because I know it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I filed the back of the Bedford MWD thinking it was a seam line and it wasn't. It's part of the truck. So I've cut a very thin piece of plastic card and stuck it in. It's a little bit deeper, but when you look at real pictures of the thing, you don't know if they've got the scale right on these things in the first place. So it represents it quite well. So I've got to the point where it's like scratch build. It's like the engine we were talking about on there. There isn't much detail in that engine. I thought, oh, it's not brilliant. And then when I looked on real pictures, half of the stuff's missing and in the wrong place. So who cares?
And the thing is, though, scratch building is not hard.
No.
As long as you've got the reference pictures and the main engine block, for example, is relatively to scale, you can work out what goes where and what you can use, because there's so much stuff you can use, especially in your house. You don't have to go and buy plastic card, a yogurt bowl, a yogurt card. If you want to use metal foil from a wine bottle, you know, the foil that goes around there, or the foil that you take off a new coffee pot.
Yeah, seat belts I've used those for.
Yeah, they're great for seat belts. If you need a bit thicker metal, a Coke can or other soft drink cans are available.
Mhm.
But a soft drink can is perfect. Cut the top off, cut the bottom off, slice one side, open it out, and a nice huge piece of thin metal to use.
As you said before, if you go to model shops for that sort of stuff, they'll charge you the earth.
Oh yeah, and so why I should pay people lots of money for something that is readily available for cheaper, because I feel like they are ripping me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tamiya extra thin, quick drying. I'll never buy that again. Never, not in a million years. Not when I do my own stuff better. Sorry, Rob, go.
That's right, doesn't matter. Like I say, I like MIG products, but I do think sometimes they have too many colours that are very similar, just to say, but that's the accurate one and this is the accurate one. And I do think that is a bit of a con.
But you don't have to go and buy weathering powders.
No.
Go to the works, buy chalk pastels. Get a box of chalk pastels. You can make any colour you want from there, and you don't have to spend £5 for one colour. You can spend £5 and get every colour you need. And you'll do that probably, it depends how much you weather. At the most, you'll have to buy one of those every 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah.
And you imagine how much you would spend buying all the different ones.
Too much.
Exactly.
And it's only because they say it's real Vietnam look-alike dirt or something. No, you just get red dirt.
You can look at a picture of Vietnam and make that colour up from the pastels. And the pastels will mix.
I wouldn't recommend it because it stinks until you cover it, top coat it. I've used curry powder.
Oh dear.
I had to say to a mate today, I says, if I haven't got the paint that it recommends, I'll usually go, well, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying your instructions say olive green, don't you?
Yeah.
My instructions are saying flat earth.
Oh, right.
Firstly, the earth's not flat, so I don't know where
No,
the colour
exactly.
comes from.
Better tell them that, yeah.
Yeah, but they have got members all around the world.
Yeah. Exactly, all around the globe, you mean, yeah.
I stole that off Steve Geezer because he keeps saying that. Flat earth, stop giggling at the back, he says every time he mentions it.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but I think it looked better in olive green, so I don't know whether to change it.
It looks all right to me.
Flat earths are brown and olive drabs are green.
Yeah.
You can get olive green, olive drab, and...
Yeah, they're green. Flat earth's green.
It's brown. Yeah, it's like it is a brown, isn't it? It's just brown.
Yeah, yeah. So you're mixing your colours there, mate.
Humbrol 29, flat earth.
Yeah, flat earth. I've got flat earth, but I had one from Meg, funnily enough. So it's probably a real one if it's Meg. It's probably really flat earth. Probably from the Flat Earth Society.
Mm.
Yeah. It looks all right. Right.
Yeah, that tickled me too when someone showed that. Got members around the globe.
Yeah,
I know.
wasn't it?
I went over a few people's heads, I think.
Oh, I'm sure it
Who
did.
said that, but I've heard it so many times. Just get immune to it, don't you?
Have you noticed you've got no flat earthers in Australia?
They'd fall off, wouldn't they?
No, because they're all actors. According to the flat earthers, everybody in Australia are actors.
Oh,
Well, they're not really there, are they?
No.
It's a lie. Maybe the Earth is flat and nobody's ever really been to space. I don't know.
can I go at the edge if there is?
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard what Elon Musk said?
Go on.
Well, if the Earth is flat, why isn't Mars flat?
Oh. Right.
I think he'll lose some money if it is.
Well,
Like a dartboard. Fire the rocket at you.
Yeah.
right. Do I let Bruce back in here? Bruce is the bulldog. I can hear him.
If
Does he
you
want
could mute it.
I couldn't believe it.
We could do what John does. Taser him.
Oh. No. Taser people, I wouldn't taser an animal.
Yeah, true.
He hasn't met my missus.
Are you calling your missus an animal?
It's me. No.
Oh, thanks for that, Malcolm. That comment earlier. But one thing I have learned to do, people, and I don't have loads of builds on the go because I'm impatient. It's the other way around. I'm patient enough to walk away from a kit, let it dry, think about it before I go back to it as well. And I think that stopped me ruining things. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that.
Yeah. If I'm getting frustrated with a kit, I'll walk away from it for a bit.
The other thing, Steph, do you find that sometimes you're in the mood to paint, spray, or build rather than all three as well?
No. I like doing them all.
I mean, in a particular time, I don't think, oh, I don't really want to do that tonight. I'll just build a few bits.
Yeah, sometimes. It all
Yeah,
depends.
it can be like that, yeah.
Right, give me a second. I'm just going to read this comment.
Okay.
Good Lord, Malcolm.
What's he saying?
Using curry powder as a pigment. I might take a chance and try it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he also says, fresh eyes. Yeah, that's what Optrex is for.
How many people now are trying to think of a curry-related joke?
Everybody.
I must rather have a go at that.
Oh, dear. None of this argy-bargy, you know.
Oh. No. Too tired from work. I can't think of anything.
Just remember though, with modelling, you've got to tick of your time.
Oh no. Must pillow on.
Oh, superb one.
Her brain's working today, I think. Yeah.
You can tell who eats all the curries.
Not the hot ones, anyway. I remember someone in Canada, there were about 5 or 6 of us around the table in this bar, and someone says, "Oh, I'm going to try those hot wings." I don't think anybody finished one. It went all round the table. I'll have a go at that. Aha. No.
You've got to
finish them.
Bless you. You got to be Madras to try those.
Oh dear. Oh God.
Me and the guy I work with went for an IT course in Bradford, and obviously there's a lot of curry houses up there famous for it. And we ordered a family nan each. I didn't know what they were, so I haven't had one of those family nans before. I don't know if you've ever had one, but they're for 8 people.
You live on that, can you? It's like mattress.
They come on a trolley. And you know when you got to eat something because you've ordered it. That's what we did. Oh man.
Can I read a comment here? Dave McElhenney, it's getting a bit chilly.
Oh
dear.
My nan didn't like chili.
Yeah, I knew that. Nan was trying to fit Nan in as well, yeah.
Sorry, you might have heard me turn the page there.
Ah, there we go.
Ooh.
Yep, Malcolm says those puns are second to none.
Oh.
I've got something.
Over the top of your head.
No. If you look at the screen.
Oops.
Tumbleweed.
Oh.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Did it go across of its own accord, or was it barged?
Oh.
I don't know where to go next on this.
What, the puns, you mean?
Ah, this truck. Whether to stick to the engine and start weathering all that up and stuff, and then building the rest in a minute. So,
Well, I'll tell you, if you're leaving the bonnet up, you weather it. If not, why bother?
I was going to have the tailgate open, the canvas up at the back,
Yeah.
the hatch open in the back of the flatbed bit of the truck, the bonnet open, the door open, and the wheels turning to the right.
Oh, okay.
Just to give it a bit of different than just static truck.
I thought about having sort of used it as a sort of base to work at the aircraft from. Leave the canopy off completely.
Oh yeah.
Sorry I couldn't find you a set, but...
Yeah. Well, you did. It was 44 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I paid 18 quid for this one, which is
Yeah.
sort of the price that you would have paid. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's all sealed. I wanted one years ago, but I'm not one to hoard models because I just want to build them, you know.
Sable. Stash acquired beyond life expectancy.
Yeah, so...
That was funny.
Gary's going to live forever in that case.
Well, so am I. I'm way out.
I'm taking my buggers with me.
Ah, yeah. Be a large shipping container as it lowers into the ground. I think I'll.
And now we rest our noble brother Steph into the ground. Right, lads, lower away.
Beep, 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 beep. There's my engine so far with the.
Oh yeah.
I take it that's the air filter. I think I've just added to it. So.
Yeah, I've done mine black and green on that lump.
Yeah, I think it says all green on the engine,
Yeah.
but I put the rocker cover as black, so I don't know if there's any ruling. There's no ruling, obviously.
I went and looked online at people renovating them, and some people have painted the rocker cover green, and then some of them have left it black.
Yeah, so it's up to you.
So I'm making it up
as you go along. That's it. It's making it up as it goes along.
I'm gonna have a go at dry brushing with my brand new Army Painter dry brush.
He's making it up as he goes along. He's also a very naughty boy.
That's still a classic film. That is.
Oh yes.
Are there any women here today? No. My name is Brian, and so is my wife.
Only the Messiah would say he's not the Messiah, so I'm not the Messiah. So, and he said something rude then, didn't he?
Only the true Messiah refuses his divinity. Conjugate the verb to go. Thought I'd cocked up there. Oh boy!
Do you think they had red wheel nuts in those days?
Ah, on the website I was looking at, on the box art they're silver or white.
Oh, right.
Online they've got 4 red ones on each wheel, but I don't know whether that's something modern that they have to put on or.
Well, we used to have to paint PRE. We used to have to paint the wheel nuts red.
Yep.
Why was that? I understand those plastic things on lorries where they don't come undone, but why paint them a different colour?
I don't know.
Because
I
they were
suppose it's
split
so they
rims
didn't
normally.
Okay, guys, talk one at a time, please. You're
Sorry.
talking over each other. Go, Julian.
Well, as Mark says, I think that the split rim was also painted red at the ends of it. I suppose it's so it didn't move. If it moved, it would crack the paint, and then you know it's loose. I suppose that's the way they did it. Why they did it?
Mm-hmm.
Mark.
Yeah, that's all. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's right.
But yeah, split rims. Because if you remember, Steph on things like R loaders.
Yep.
I can't remember. I don't think Wendy's were.
Wendy's were DI'd.
Yeah.
You have to check the torquing on those bolts every day.
Yeah.
Were they DIs or weeklies? Weeklies.
Weeklies.
To check the torque on the bolts.
Yeah.
That's why it was painted red. That was in the Air Force.
What's a Wendy?
Type W
It's a
loader.
weapon loader.
Oh, right, gotcha. Oh, okay.
It's a piece of equipment for transporting armours from one place to another.
Yeah. Wendy races or jammer races.
Yeah, when I was on 15, the Sengo pulled in our chief, Mike Steele, had him in his office, and he was giving him a finger wagging. He says, right, this is the last time I'm telling you, Chief. The next person I catch riding on the back of a Wendy, I will charge them. And he just looked at me and said, sir, look out the window, and the Sengo looked out the window, and there's the Django on the back of her. And he went, I give him.
You'll have to put a list up of these acronyms. What's a Django then?
Junior engineering officer. The Sengo's a senior engineering officer.
Oh, yeah, work that out, yeah.
Then you've got a Bengo, which is a baby engineering officer. And then you've got a Fengo, which is a fetal engineering officer.
Even lower, sort of.
Yeah.
Baby Rodney's baby, was it?
Yeah, they're all Rodneys.
They're all Rodney's, but
yeah,
depends how high up the blooming scale they go. Yeah.
Yeah. A Django was a flight Louis. Django was usually a squadron leader. And then you go down and down and down until you get to a pleb. Oh.
Have you seen that post on Facebook, Steph? On the Armourers page. The fruit segment walks into the crew room and says, where's Dusty, Ginge, Biff and all the rest of the Gash gang?
Yeah.
That's full of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dobby's gone to get some airframe hours in and is snoozing at 3 feet and rising.
Yeah. No, he's in his blanking carry at 3 feet and rising.
Yeah. Someone's gone to the Colonel for some Dobby dust.
Yep.
Oh.
Dobby dust.
Dobby
dust.
Washing powder.
Well, Dobby dust.
He's old. You've got to forgive him.
That's a Matlow saying, isn't it?
Well, Dobby. It's everybody's saying, isn't it?
Most of those things come from bloody far, Navy and stuff.
Go, Mr. Matlow. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
Because we were better, you see. So.
Oh yeah. Right. You'll get banned, if you start that.
Yeah, watch him lay claim to Django and Sengo, Mark.
No. You get a cocktail cabinet in this MWD if you do the RAF version. Look.
You have a telephone to room service?
No, because it's 1943. No Wi-Fi.
It's not an accurate armour one. Right, come up to the last couple of minutes, guys.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ready.
Hold on.
Like, try and go fast.
It does. Because as they say in psychology, your attention has been taken away from your issues.
All right. Okay.
That's what it's called. It's called attention. Okay, where are we? Right, we've got a minute to go, guys. So you all want to say your good nights, good evenings, good mornings, and good days.
No more curry puns, please. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, look after yourselves. Might see you Saturday if it goes well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, the early morning ones are too bad. Wrong timings.
Yep. Right. Thank you very much indeed, folks, for watching. Really appreciate it. You all take care, and we will see you on Saturday evening from 6 o'clock. So remember, stay safe, keep modelling.